What's up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is a Benchwarmer podcast. My name is Eric. You hate me 702. Jeremy will be joining a little later, and I'm not sure what's going on with Mo. Mo's probably sleeping because he works graveyard shifts. And I have no clue what's going on with Sam. So right now you'll just have me. At some point in time, Jeremy may jump on, but we'll go from there. So first thing I want to get into is the NBA Game 7 from last night. That was an amazing. Let me calm down. That was a very good game. I would not say it was amazing, but it was a very, very good game. One of the things that I really liked was that the refs held their whistle. So there were fouls. There were a whole bunch of fouls. But for instance, like Julian Champagne had 2 fouls. Devin Vesely had 1. Victor had 5. Castle had 4. Fox had 2. Keldon Johnson had 3. And Dylan Harper had 1. On the Thunder side, Chet had 2. Lou Dort had 2. Isaiah Hartenstein had 2. Carson Wallace had 2. Shea had 1. Jalen had 4. Jarrett McCain had 2. And Alex Caruso had 1. So I think that the fouls are called very evenly. I don't think that the Thunder got a lot of the falling down calls, which I think that I wouldn't say NBA, but yeah, the NBA was completely scared of that. Watching all the lead up for the preview to the Game 7 on ESPN, Fox, podcast, whatever you're watching, the number one takeaway was that nobody wanted to really, they were like, we don't want to say it, but the refs are going to kind of decide what happens with this game. So I'm just very, very happy that they let him play. Spurs came out on fire. Wemby did what he had to do. There's a couple instances where the game came down to the final minutes, and I think Shea's game was completely thrown off by not getting a lot of calls. Shea last night had 11 free throw attempts, so he still had a lot of free throws. Alex Caruso had 6. Chet had 4, and Isaiah Hartenstein had 1. So Shea still went to the line a lot, but when we got down to the final couple minutes, he wasn't able to bait the refs into making some of those calls. Shea also falls down on every shot, so that was kind of crazy to me because I've watched a lot of basketball, but there was moments in the last 2 minutes where he's got almost like a wide open shot. I wouldn't say wide open shot, so he's got enough space to make this shot comfortably. And he still fell trying to create contact. But yeah, I was glad that the refs held their whistle. I was glad that they let them play. Couple people stepped up big for the Spurs. I mean, Julian Champagne, he used to be a Sixer. Somehow we let him go. He went 6 from 10 from 3-pointers, had 20 points, 6 rebounds. Of course, Victor Wembanyama had 22 points. 7 rebounds. I mean, I wouldn't say Victor hit some very big shots. He hit some very big shots coming down the last couple minutes. He went 3 for 5 from 3, and 2 of those I know were in the last 3 minutes. De'Aaron Fox had a pretty good game. Stephen Castle had a pretty good game. Dylan Harper had an okay game, went 5 for 8, but I mean, he made some timely plays. The putback. So, I mean, when you look at the box scores, nothing really stood out to me as far as somebody going off. It was just a hard fought game. The San Antonio Spurs went up. They led a lot of the game around halftime. It was close. So 54, 53, 56, 53. After the third quarter was close. And then San Antonio just started to slowly pull away in the fourth. Minute 30 seconds left. They were down by, I think they were down by 6, maybe 7. The Thunder were, and after one of the shots, I just called game. I was like, that was game. I think they were down 6, so they're down 6. It's like a minute and 30 seconds left. They still have enough time to play great to not force a shot. They still want to score quickly, but they have enough time to not force a bad 3-pointer. They can still take a 2-pointer if they need to be. And with Stephen Castle turning over the ball, that was the one thing that Stephen Castle did have. He had 6 turnovers. And I think 2 of those, or maybe 3 of those, were in the last 3 minutes of the game. So they had enough time to to work some plays. Yes, you wanna move with a sense of urgency, because it's a 24-second shot clock, so a minute 25 seconds isn't that much time. But still, you don't have to force up bad shots. And there was a point Shea forced up a bad three, and I'm like, game's over? Why are you not trying to go to the hole, grab contact, maybe get an and one, and be down by three? There was another play where Shea, maybe within the last minute, Shea drove to the basket, and I wouldn't say he had a wide open layup, but he had a contested layup. But you can put your shoulder down, go into that layup strong, and he probably makes that. And he decided to pass it for a three, pass it to somebody in a three. Now, when I say he was in the lane, he wasn't. Yeah, he was in the lane. I'm trying to do this off of memory, not watching any highlights. And then another time where in the last final 30, 40 seconds, Shea got the ball. He stepped inside the mid-range line. He stepped in mid-range. I think Wemby came to challenge, and he just gave the ball up. So we was playing basketball last night, me and some friends. We were out playing basketball, and we had the game up on the projector. And one of the guys, after he made that pass, asked, he was like, "Is this going to be like Ben Simmons?" And we were like, "No, it's not that bad." But in the closing moments, Shea was not acting like the MVP whatsoever. He was not. He was. I would say he didn't have that killer instinct, and I also think that Wemby scared a lot of him. Wemby scared a lot of them from going in. He only had one recorded block, but he was changing a lot of the shots. So overall, the Spurs ended up winning by 8 points. It was a very, very good game seven. The series overall, yes, it went to 7 games. I wouldn't say it was the best series because almost every game was a blowout. Like if you look at it, what was it? Game one, San Antonio came out, beat them. It was 122-115, but it was basically a blowout. Thunder came back, won by 9 points. Thunder came back, won by 15 points. OKC won by 21. Spurs won by 21. Thunder won by 21. We're not 21, 13. Spurs blew them out by almost 30 points in game 6, and then they won by 8. So most of the games were blow. Most of the games were double digits. Last night, it was close in the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, coming down to the wire, 6 minutes left or a minute 30 seconds left. There was a 6-point lead. So it was a very good game overall. I was absolutely happy that OKC did not win. I just don't like their style of play. I did not like their style of play. I did not like all the falling down that they did consistently. And we know this is a copycat league, so if they kept winning, more teams are going to flop. So I did not like the falling down that every player does. Chet, the extra acting that they had, I did not like any of that, and it was on full display during the playoffs. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that the Spurs won. With OKC going forward, they're going to be good. I mean, maybe they try to make a trade because they may need another piece. They need a dog. Like I know Jalen Williams was their dog, but no, they need a dog. They need somebody that can get in there and put hands on people, and teach them some toughness. I'm not gonna say hard. I'm just gonna say some toughness because once the game the refs swallowed their whistle, it seemed like OKC didn't really know what they were doing. Even when late in the fourth quarter, when Chet went 1-on-1 with Wemby and he gave it up, they gave it back to him. It was like, nah, bitch, you go 1-on-1. Chet went 1-on-1, he backed him down and then fell down. There was no foul call. So I think they just need some more toughness. I think they got too used to playing the flopping game and the acting game, and they need to go get some toughness. Maybe their coach needs to go get a hard-nosed guy for the physical. Go get like a Marine or something. And in the off season, right at a training camp, put them through fucking hell. Because they were playing extremely weak the last 2 games. But game 7's over. Fun. Game 7's one of the best words in sports. So now we're going to go to the NBA Finals preview. Okay, so when Jeremy jumps on, we're going to give him his due because even though he does not really watch sports, he did pick the the Spurs to go. Um, and he had the Spurs and the Pistons, but he did pick the Spurs to go at the very, very beginning. So right now, let's check out the finals. So when we were in the playing basketball last night, we were playing with the boys. One of our boys is a Knicks fan, and he was saying, and I asked him, "Who do you guys want?" Right? This was right at the start of the third quarter, whatever. I asked him, "Who do you guys want?" Spurs winning it all on the Knicks. Nobody stopping Wemby. Okay, good point. I like that. I like that. That's what I'm going to get to. And I said, "Who did you guys want?" And he said, "We want the Spurs." I said, "I don't know if we want the Spurs." And my thought process before I look up any of the stats or anything like this, and we go over that on the podcast, my thought process is the Knicks might be in trouble. So Wemby, just like Anthony said, nobody on the Knicks is stopping Wemby. Mitchell Robinson supposedly has a finger injury. We saw that. Cat's not stopping Wemby. We know that. I don't know how many other people. This series has been bad for Chet. Oh yeah, that series was extremely bad for Chet. It was, but again, I think Chet I think Chet understood that he couldn't do nothing against Wemby, and he just shrunk. But back to the Spurs and the Knicks. The Spurs, they have nobody that can stop Wemby. We already know this, okay? Alex Caruso is a dog, and he played very, very well. Isaiah Hartenstein played well at times. So I don't think they have anybody that can stop Wemby. The problem is Wemby might be extremely exhausted. We saw that in a couple games in the series. He's had a hard-fought series. So, I mean, they went to 5 with Portland. They went to 6 with Minnesota, but Minnesota was not an easy series due to the fact that he had to go against Rudy Gobert. So, yeah, that was not an easy series. And then they went to 7 with Thunder. So, meanwhile, the Knicks haven't lost a game since first round of the playoffs when it was 2-2 or whatever. So the Knicks are going to be well rested. The Spurs are going to come out. I think they're going to come out on hot, but it's going to wear and tear on them. And the Spurs do have bodies that they can throw at Wemby. But that's the thing that I think is going to stop a total domination of the series is the fatigue for the Spurs. My second thought process on this was the Spurs have a lot of people they can throw at Jalen Brunson. A lot of people they can throw at Jalen Brunson. So we know Jalen Brunson drives their engine. We also know that the Knicks have tons of other options. They have Mikal Bridges. They have OG Anunoby. They have, I think Trey McBride or one of the McBrides. They got Josh Hart. So they got who's the other dude that's coming off the bench? I forgot who his name was. They got a couple players. They got a couple players that are doing really, really good. But realistically, I don't think if Brunson is scoring, I think the Knicks have trouble. They've switched up their style of play after the Hawks, and I can't remember how they switched it up. But I don't think that's going to work when you have an alien like Wemby in the middle. So I think realistically, I mean, the Spurs have Castle, Harper, Fox that they can throw at Jalen Brunson. So for the Knicks to win this, there's going to need to be somebody else that steps up. There's going to need to be either multiple guys that step up on different days that become their third scoring option, or there's going to need to be Cat's going to have to put hands on Wemby. Yeah, Cat is too soft. Cat is extremely soft. I agree with you. But Cat's going to have to put hands on Wemby. And that's not going to happen. Wemby's going to have his way with him. So I don't see the only way I see the Knicks actually winning this game or the Knicks winning this series is if the Spurs just get too fatigued. I think it can still be a good series. I think it's going to go 6-7 games due to the fatigue. It's going to be a back and forth series. But I think ultimately the same thing that happened in OKC is you don't have anybody that can guard Wemby. And the Spurs have enough pieces to throw at your main guard. So, yeah, I would predict that Spurs would win. I'm predicting Spurs win in 6, but we'll see how that goes. They faced off 3 times this season. Knicks beat the Spurs. Spurs beat the Knicks. Knicks beat the Spurs. So, yeah, Knicks had basically 2 blowouts. The Spurs beat the Knicks it was a close game, 134-132. Let's see. Based off this, The Knicks defense was suffocating, forcing 21 turnovers, allowing the Spurs to shoot just 41%. Mikal Bridges led the Knicks with 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals. So that was the last time they met. So it's kind of one of those things where if the Knicks can play defensively well and Mikal Bridges steps up and OG Anunoby steps up, then I definitely think they're going to make this an amazing game. An amazing, amazing game. But overall, Wemby just changes everything. Let's see. So it's based off of ESPN. They're saying that how the Spurs beat the Knicks. They're saying it all starts and ends with Wemby, although the series begins in San Antonio. Nobody cares about that. Wemby's averaging 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks in the matchups against the Knicks. Nobody cares about the regular season. The Knicks wing defenders swallow up San Antonio shooters. That is a good point. I mean, the Knicks with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, even Josh Hart, they can put hands on Castle in them. So that's something that I really didn't think about where, especially with Castle's turnovers situation, that might not be a good thing for the Knicks, for the Spurs. So this now, I mean, I wish we had a couple more, what does it start, June 2nd or whatever? I wish we had a couple more days so we can digest this, or I had more time from last night to this morning so I could digest exactly my thoughts on the whole series. But yeah, they do have some people that they can throw at their guards and their wings that may swallow up some of that stuff. And Castle's got to get a handle on those turnovers. Yeah, basically they're just saying that the biggest matchup for me. There's 2 of them. Okay, I'm gonna say Brunson. I'm gonna say Wembanyama versus Cat. That is a huge matchup because Cat having the ball in his hand playing. I don't know if he's gonna do that against Wembanyama. And having that offense kind of run with Cat having more touches, not scoring as many points. I don't know if that's gonna work against Wembanyama. And on the same aspect, I don't think Cat can do anything with Wembanyama in the post. Or, I mean, if they're on the wing, we got to give Cat credit. Cat is very athletic. So if they're on the wing, Cat may be able to help him out. He's going to be able to jump out and close out at his shots. But once they get in the post, I don't think Cat can do anything with him. The way that Cat defends him or the rotations they have that defend Wemby, I think that's going to be a major factor. Of course, that's going to be a major factor in the series. I don't think that we know it's going to be a major factor in the series. And then I'm gonna say De'Aaron Fox's health. De'Aaron Fox was hurt with the first 3 games of the series. When De'Aaron Fox can play and he can start, he can control the ball more. That takes pressure away from your second-year player Castle and your rookie player Dylan Harper. So I think De'Aaron Fox health, being able to play more, making sure that he takes care of himself, and being able to relieve a lot of the pressure off of those younger guys, I think completely is going to help them. He's got to step up though. He's got to be able to play in the fourth quarter. He's got to be able to play in the clutch minutes. He's got to be good, which he did make a 3 last night in the clutch. But he's got to play defense. De'Aaron Fox is extremely quick. He's very, very athletic. He doesn't get the respect that he deserves because of the fact that he was at Sacramento. Fun fact, I wanted the Sixers, to draft him over Markelle Fultz in that draft. So De'Aaron Fox has a chance to A, change the narrative about him. B, in the narrative about him, let me step back real quick. Maybe everybody doesn't think this, but there's a lot of people that think De'Aaron Fox is not as good as what he is, just due to what happened with the Sacramento Kings. So there's a lot of people that underestimate De'Aaron Fox or underrate him, in my opinion, based off that. De'Aaron Fox was good coming out of college. So that's why I'm saying it's going to change the narrative about him, because if he can step up, put hands on Brunson, and go toe-to-toe with Brunson, that's going to be a huge narrative switch for De'Aaron Fox. And it may earn him some huge money in the offseason, because not sure if San Antonio is going to keep him with Stephen Castle and Dylan Harper unless he's willing to come off the bench. So it not only could it change the way people think about him, but it can also lead to future success. Would I pick Bridges or Fox? Like Mikal Bridges or Fox? I mean, depending on the team. The problem with the issue, if I had a point guard, yeah, I love De'Aaron Fox as a point guard. I love De'Aaron Fox as a point guard on a lot of teams. I would love him on Philly. I would love him in Houston. De'Aaron Fox is fast. He has a nice package. He has nice handles. Package, NBA package, game package, handle package. He is athletic. So I do like De'Aaron Fox. But if I'm picking a team and I already have a point guard, if I have Steven Castle, if I'm picking between the Spurs and the Knicks, I'm probably picking Mikal Bridges because Mikal Bridges can do more. Yes, he does not have he's not a set. He can be a third option. It depends on his attitude. I know they benched him in the Hawks series, but Mikal Bridges technically can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 3 successfully, and because he's longer and taller in this NBA, that just works better for defense. So I mean, it depends on the team, but I like Fox over Bridges. And if we were coming out of a draft, I definitely would have picked Fox over Bridges. So I think those are going to be the key factors for San Antonio. How, De'Aaron Fox stepping up, making sure that he can play, and how New York guards Wemby or how Wemby deals with that, plus fatigue. For New York, 100%, it's going to be Brunson. Brunson's got to control it. How is Brunson going to handle the pressure from the young guys? And then I've already mentioned it. There's got to be a third player. It's got to be Mikal or OG Anunoby. Josh Hart definitely could step up. But Mikal and OG Anunoby, they've got to play. I'm going to put it more on Mikal because he got benched against the Atlanta Hawks and he bring up the Bridges or Fox. I think Mikal Bridges has got to step up. He needs to average 17 to 22 points a series. He needs to be a menace on defense and be able to make the defense pay when they try to cheat over on Brunson. So I think those are the two biggest. Brunson's the biggest one. Of course, Brunson, and then Mikal Bridges. Yes, Cat. A lot of people are going to say Cat. Cat's a huge thing because how he's going to deal with Victor, but I think it's going to be hard for Cat to get off. And I think Mike Brown is a smart enough coach to understand that they're at a disadvantage in the post, and they're going to need some other players to step up. So that's my take on that. Mike Brown will make adjustments, and maybe they start keeping the offense that they've been having for the last couple rounds of the playoffs. But at some point in time, I think he's going to have to switch it. And I think it's just going to be due to the fact that Wemby's gonna put hands on Cat. So if I had to pick, my prediction right now may change depending on how long it takes before the game starts. If any news comes out, I'm gonna take the Spurs. I'm gonna take the Spurs in 6. So we'll see what everybody else picks. Put it out in the group chat, and then we'll tweet out what everybody else has to pick for it. All right, next thing we're gonna get into. Clash in Italy. The Clash in Italy is coming up. It is coming on today. First, can we talk about something? Can we talk about these weak ass names? We are going literally back to like we had Clash in Paris. We have a Clash in Italy. I don't know what I forgot what pay-per-view we just had on Saturday. Another pay-per-view, Saturday main event. Yeah, we just had that one. And now we have a pay-per-view a week later. And then we also had, we had the Mass versus the Mass last night. I forgot about that. We might have to talk about that real quick. I forgot about that last night. Oh, so we already knew he was Chad Gable. Okay, so hold on, I guess he's okay. So, Clash in Italy. So yeah, I'm getting kind of annoyed with some of WWE's direction. I know a lot of us are. I've talked about this multiple times. The no selling in matches pisses me off so fucking bad. Clash of Italy sounds good, but so did Clash of Paris. How many clashes do they have? So they had Clash at Paris, they had Clash in Italy. And they're probably going to have, where's another Clash? They'll have Clash in Spain. They're probably going to have a lot of clashes. So there's so many pay-per-views that they're throwing out, it seems like, and they're just picking random ass names. Clash in Paris, Clash in Italy, We're gonna do Saturday night main event, and we're just gonna put them out in regular ass pay-per-views. Yes, we have our Royal Rumbles and all that other stuff, but I just think one, we're having way too many pay-per-views. I think we need some more original names. I want to go back to, and I know this is gonna sound weird because they had In Your House like 17, In Your House DX Invasion, In Your House this and this and this. But I would love to go back to, as long as we don't have a Clash of the USA. I would love to go back to when pay-per-views were named based off of what was happening. Like, so you had a Bad Blood, and it was like the end of a rivalry. I can't think of some of the other ones. You know what? Maybe that didn't happen that much. Maybe it was only a couple of them. Because now all I'm thinking of is Hog Wild, NWO Uncensored. But I wish they would have more meat on these names. Also, why are we having trouble? I don't get it. Also, and the no selling is still pissing me the fuck off. There are too many times in matches that, and it could be because we hit so many big spots now, but there's too many times in matches that you hit a mean ass spot, they kick out, you go for something else, and then within like 30 seconds, these people are completely healed and tossing you the fuck out the ring. This has a lot to do with the Penta and the Javon Evans match from Monday Night Raw. Yes, the match was good, but there were so many times that it just did not fucking make sense. Why are you up so quickly? Um, that makes no sense to me. We saw it with the Seth Rollins and the Montez Ford fight. We've seen it in every Jacob Fatu match. Um, and some of it's starting to bleed. It's so rare that you have all of these, they go through hell. Um, go through absolutely hell to take people out. And then they're like, oh, we're fine. Like, okay, if I see Joe Henry on Monday Night Raw next week, what the fuck is going on? He took like 8 shots of chair shot and then basically took one to his head. So yeah, maybe we have to be so maybe they have to be so maybe they just keep going higher and higher and higher and it doesn't make sense to sell it. But yeah, the no selling is starting, and I can't call it anything else but no selling. But like, how do you take a couple shots to the back with the chair and next week you're not selling it? I just don't understand it. It's very, very weird to me. I think I'm getting sick because my nose is not stopping running right now, or my allergies are fucking up really, really bad. So yeah, that's bothering the fuck out of me. So I forgot there was something. Oh, Austin Theory. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm liking Austin Theory right now. Austin Theory has really grown on me since he came with the Vision. The Vision to me has, because of all the injuries, you have Bronson Reed getting injured. We know we had Braun Breaker getting injured. You now have Logan Paul getting injured. So because of all the injuries, they've had to pivot their storylines consistently. But the one thing that I'm starting to like is Austin Theory. Um, Bits and pieces of it. I think that his growth into this character with the Vision is starting to become believable. Originally, it was, you guys take what you want, and I want to take what I want. But now it's kind of becoming believable. I didn't like the fact in the beginning of Monday Night Raw where I'm going to give you the belt because they took the belt from Logan. We saw that afterwards, so now that kind of makes sense. But I don't know what's going on. But boy, when he said, um, "I'm gonna take everybody out and hurt them," and he came out and did it. That was lovely. Also, his match against Seth Rollins was really, really good the week before on Monday Night Raw. And I think I tweeted that out when I was like, dude, Austin Theory is really starting to grow. He's becoming a character of old school. Yeah, he's becoming an old school wrestler, I think. But yeah, he's very, very good. And yeah, the Street Profits with Seth, I completely like. The only issue, this is the issue I have, and it's not the Street Profits or Seth, it's WWE Creative. Okay, it's completely WWE creative. It makes no fucking sense sometimes. We all knew what was going to happen with Seth and Montez Ford. We all knew that they were going to join together. We knew either people were thinking maybe this would lead to the breakup, but if you know anything about Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, there's plenty of rumors that go around that say they have tried to break them up multiple times, and Montez Ford has said no every single time because of what ends up happening. Yeah, so I love that they're getting together. I love the back and forth banner. The only thing that I don't like is they're at such a point that they're gonna fight each other. And fucking, Seth is like, oh, you want me to beat some sense into your boy? Oh, and they're going out fighting in the middle of fights. Seth's like, we don't got to do this. We don't got to do this. And then Montez Ford like, fuck you, and they go at it. And then it just causes Austin Theory attacking Angelo Dawkins for Montez Ford to see that what they were doing was wrong. That kind of bothers me. That it's just like, okay, I get it. I would have rather seen and I know I just said this about Austin Theory, and I know the trajectory that they're going down. And the Vision doesn't have the numbers game as much anymore because of the Logan Paul injury. But I would have rather seen Austin Theory, hit Dawkins once or twice with the chair. Then when Braun Breaker decided to come in, or he hits him once or twice with the chair, Braun Breaker shows up. Seth spears Seth. They fight. Montez Ford starts to fight off Braun Breaker, and then we're not spear Seth, but hits him spears because I'm gonna say the no sell shit. Spear Seth or whatever. Braun Breaker starts to go after Montez Ford. Montez Ford kind of gets the upper hand. Austin Theory runs in. Seth Rollins kind of gets up, hits Austin Theory, and then they have this bonding moment where it seems like, oh, this shit actually works. So that's that. I would have rather more meat on that story for them to get together. Oh yeah, if you break them up, Tez is definitely staying, and Angelo Dawkins is going to be the out guy out. We've seen that too many times. They call it the Genetti. Okay, they call it the fucking Genetti. We've seen it too many times. Last time I could think of it was Heavy Machinery. That's the one that really, really hurt. Heavy Machinery with Tucker and Otis. And I mean, they're not even fucking doing shit with Otis. Big Cass and Enzo Amore. That one still to this day hurts because there's multiple times that I go back and watch. I don't know what the fuck WWE was doing back then. I was watching it very, 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 very religiously. And I know Enzo Amore got into some shit. I'm not going to make it a horrible thing. I know that Swerve Strickland got into some shit. I know a couple people got some shit. But when you really think about it, they had Swerve Strickland. There's another dude another black dude at AEW. I can't think of his name. They have him as well. And they had Enzo Amore. Now, Enzo Amore has not gone anywhere. But if they would have kept Enzo Amore and Big Cass together, they could still be ruling the fucking WWE. People forget how over Enzo Amore was. If you understand, I love seeing Cody Rhodes talk shit about how the fans chant every word to a song, and how Seth Rollins come out and they go, oh, and Roman, and they do all that shit. Fuck that. Go back 10 years and watch Enzo Amore come out. This dude came out and the microphone was cut out. And he goes, that's okay. This one works. And he started talking, and the crowd did the whole entire entrance. So yeah, it's a rumor that Big Cass is coming back with Enzo. Oh, that would be lovely. Dude, if Big Cass comes out with Enzo and you hear, I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud. Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. So I get back to the Street Profits. The Street Profits remind me a lot of Montez. When they're over like fucking, not as much as the Enzo and Big Cass, but that's a team that should just stay together. And you can have a tag team stable where one of them wins the fucking title. We've seen this before. So I don't understand why we have to break them up. They can 100% still be a tag team stable, still work together, and have Montez have Angelo Dawkins always have his back. I don't get why we got to break it up. The New Day with Kofi was very, very good until Brock Lesnar came in. Okay, so let's get into the Clash in Italy predictions. That's what we came to talk about. That's what I was going to talk about. But, I went on a little bit of a rant, okay? And with some of this, I'm going to jump off and I'm going to jump in and give my point. So I might go on a little bit of a rant again. So let's start with the first match. That's probably going to be opening the match. I don't know who's opening. I don't give a fuck. But we're going to talk about Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. I like Sol Ruca. Everybody knows how I feel about Becky Lynch. If you watch the show, I think Becky Lynch is one of the best performers in the WWE. I loved her man gimmick. I think she is losing a lot of weight and she looks a little sunken in. But who can I talk? My cheekbones look sunken in. But at the same time, I love Sol Ruca. I love her fucking soul snatcher. I love all of that stuff. I love the way she fights. Her personality is kind of growing on me. I didn't watch her in NXT, so it's growing on me a little bit. We'll see how that works. But overall, I really, really like Soruka. I don't think Soruka's gonna win. She should win because she's lost all of her matches. But I don't think this is the right time that they're gonna give a victory over her right away. Can she hold the gold? Probably. Can she take on the pressure of holding the gold? Most likely. She was very talented in NXT from what I know, and she has a lot of capability. She has a lot of talent. Like I said, I like her. I just don't know if she's ready to take it from Becky Lynch. And again, if you take it from Becky Lynch, this is kind of the second time that you've had her lose a match that she probably shouldn't have lost. The first one was AJ Lee, just to get rid of her reign to give it to somebody else. So I'm not sure about this. We'll see how this works out. My prediction would be Becky Lynch, even though I think Soruka could win. I think they kind of painted themselves into a corner because again, Soruka's lost 3 matches since she made the roster. So unless that's going to be the story that they go with, that she's going to lose a couple matches and then she's finally going to get over. When she gets over, she's going to go on a run and she's going to come back and steamroll Becky Lynch. Then yeah, I could see that happening. But you don't have to do that with Soruka. She's way too talented. That seems like a waste. So my prediction would be Becky Lynch. Okay. Brock Lesnar versus Obi Fibby. Obi Fibby. Yeah, Brock Lesnar about to whoop his ass. This ain't fucking finna happen. This ain't finna happen again. Brock Lesnar, motherfucker retiring, and then coming out of nowhere and beating the shit out of Obi. That was fucking crazy. 4 or 5 as 5s. That was fucking crazy. That was amazing. That was amazing. I did not see that happen, and I did not see him coming back. Of course, when he came back, me and my wife went up to Running Springs. We were in that little cabin type thing that we were doing, so we did not get to talk about it. But yeah, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy with him coming back. So I thought that was they fooled everybody. They definitely fooled me. I thought Brock Lesnar was done. I don't think Brock Lesnar can lose this match. I like the build. I mean, a 2-week build. Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar. No, this is such a great match. The only issue I have is WrestleMania used to end rivalries. So we had that great match, and now to sell, which should be a house show with a whole bunch of people on it, in Clash in Italy, we're gonna have a rematch. So what the fuck was the point of the match in WrestleMania? But yeah, Brock Lesnar is gonna win. I don't think there's any way that he doesn't win, and I think he wins by nefarious means. I think that Paul Heyman gets some people to come out and help him out to take out Obi. They're not gonna make Obi lose clean because that's not gonna work. So I think definitely Braun Breaker, somebody's gonna come out. Maybe Austin Theory is gonna come out and help Brock win this match. There's going to be some nefarious action. So, but yeah, that's going to be a Haas match again. That's going to be just 2 Haas's going at it. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about this match. I think this is a waste of fucking time. I don't understand how the WWE has not built up more women. I do not get that at all. I don't get how, and Jeremy says this all the fucking time, and I always go against it and say, hey, Liv Morgan's good, Rhea Ripley's good. But I don't get this. I do not get how on SmackDown, I think the last year and a half, we've basically had the same fucking people. Yes, Rhea Ripley is a new champion, but she's fighting Jade Cargill again. Jade Cargill was fighting Tiffany Stratton. So I just don't understand this. I don't get it. I don't care. Rhea Ripley should win. I don't give a fuck. If Rhea Ripley loses, please bring her back to Raw. Because this is a boring ass feud. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care about the 3 people, Mia, Kim. I don't know the fuck they're doing with them. Yeah, this is a horrible fucking match, in my opinion. So if Rhea wins, Jade's fucking done. Jade lost a couple times to Tiffany Stratton. She's got 1 fucking title victory. She's held the belt for a little bit of time, and now she loses twice to Rhea. I don't understand what the fuck they're going to do with her. So, again, why the fuck put this on? Please, can we please get some new blood in the women's division, okay? This shit is fucking stupid. And where the fuck is the United States Championship for the women? I don't fucking know. See, this should be the card that you have all the other fucking bullshit ass championships defended. This should literally be fuck Clash in Italy. This should have had Becky Lynch. This should have both United States champions being defended. Where the fuck is Dom or Penta? Penta should be defending his Intercontinental Champion. This should have been Penta versus Javon Evans. Should not have had on fucking Monday Night Raw. We should not have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. That should go to the next pay-per-view. We should not have Cody versus Gunther. That should go to the next pay-per-view. And maybe we should have the tag team championships being defended instead of being defended on fucking Saturday Night Main Event. I don't fucking know. But where the fuck is the United States Championship? Okay, Penta, I can't say shit. He's a fighting champion. He'd be defending all the fucking time. But we need to have some more shit defended. Where the fuck is Trick Williams at? I don't even know if he defended it on Saturday Night Main Event. I don't care. Okay, Cody versus Gunther. Let's talk about this. I saw the little competition last night. I was not interested in this match at all when they first announced it, but I am interested in it. I like Gunther in this role against Cody. Y'all know I hate fucking Cody. I don't think he's that good. Gunther calling Cody the biggest Cody mark ever was fucking amazing. Cody's biggest fan is Cody. That was so great because that is literally what I think Cody is. Cody is his biggest fan. I think Cody wakes up every morning and watches his own promos. I think Cody eats cereal out of a American Nightmare cereal bowl with Cody's face on it. I think Cody sleeps on American Nightmare Cody bedsheets. So yes, I think Cody is his biggest fan. I love that. Cody's response was so cookie cut, so gingerbread, so fucking by the book. You're a liar. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. So I hope Gunther wins. He's not gonna win. We know this. We know Randy Orton's gonna come in and fucking interfere. And that's the way Gunther loses because they built him up too strong so he can't take a loss. We know Gunther's going to come in, interfere with the match. Or Randy Orton's going to come in, interfere with the match, cause Cody the victory or cause Gunther victory. And then we're probably going to have Gunther versus Randy Orton, followed by Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. But I'm interested in this match now. The build has been very good to me. Back and forth. I don't like Cody, so I would love to see Cody get the shit chopped out of his ass. And we'll go from there. But I think Gunther's gonna lose or Cody's gonna win via disqualification due to Randy Orton. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. I don't understand this. I don't get this. I don't like it. I don't like the build. This has been the number one fucking reason when they're sitting up here telling us that somebody can take 8 cheer shots. Yeah, of course Brock should win. You're 100% right. That's what I said. There's no way. But I think Brock wins by nefarious means. I think Paul Heyman does some stuff, and that's how they end up winning. But back to Roman and Jacob. This has been my biggest point where Jacob Fatu does not sell any injuries. You had a triple beatdown, and Roman's like, yeah, you could say fire him. And then Jacob's under the tribal combat. Yeah, I don't. And Roman's like, I don't even understand how he knows. Okay, so I'm not getting this. Is Jacob dumb and crazy? Because it seems he's kind of smart. Because he's gotten everything he's wanted from Roman. So I don't get it. I understand he was on SmackDown. I didn't watch him a lot on SmackDown. I don't like his whole Samoan Wolverine thing. I don't like it. I don't think it makes sense. I don't think you're a badass doing backflips off the top fucking rope. That's just me. You talk way too fucking much to be a badass. You literally sound like a YN. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of him. And you guys have painted Roman to be like this unstoppable force. And when Roman gets serious, like, dude, I gave y'all a chance for 2 years. And Roman literally shouldn't be winning any of these matches. Like, And all Jacob Fatu is doing is going for the Tongan death grip. So I'm not understanding this. I don't get what's all this is going to be a lot of no fucking selling, okay? They're going to hit each other with chairs and kendo sticks and put each other through barriers, and all of them are going to no fucking sell. And they're going to get up 2 minutes later or 30 seconds later and hit somebody with something else. There are going to be 17 million kickouts. I don't understand it. Who gives a fuck about this? Does not even make sense for tribal combat. I understand with like Roman and Jay and a couple other tribal combats, but y'all just throwing shit out to get people to watch it. And TKO, we can 100% see through that shit. Like, why does he get tribal combat? Why did he invoke that? Because he lost? And he doesn't want to acknowledge him? But why didn't he just invoke tribal combat to begin with? Why did Roman even give him a shot? Like, what did he get to deserve a shot? I don't understand. So it's weird to me. I don't get it. It's so weird. It's forcing me to look off into space while I'm talking to you guys, trying to search for something that can make me understand why the fuck we are having this dumbass match. And what, didn't we have a clash in fucking Australia? And in a clash in Australia, we had another dumbass fucking street fight match with Bronson Reed and fucking an Aussie street fight with Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. Was there not a clash in Australia? Yeah, there was a fucking clash in Australia. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it was a crown jewel that was in Australia. It was a crown jewel in Australia. Never mind. So the next one will be a clash in Australia. When Fatu said, win or lose, I still have a job that made me believe he's not winning. Fatu ain't winning. But, I mean, this is, I'm not again, I don't, another thing that bothers me is, why the fuck is Adam Pearce listening to Roman Reigns? Like, oh, Kansas, you just gonna leave the door open? Okay. Gonna leave the door open. Okay. Why the fuck is Adam Pearce listening to Roman Reigns? Like, when did Roman Reigns get all this power? He's not even running shit, but now he has the WWE Championship, so Adam Pearce has to listen to him. But you guys are trying to make him Fatu such a crazed, deranged man, but when he talks, he doesn't sound crazed and deranged. Like, I want a Mankind type shit. I don't want a crazy, deranged guy that just yells, but says some very, very smart shit, but then goes back to fucking biting people or Tonga death grips. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But Roman Reigns is sitting up there telling Adam Pearce, I gotta win. I gotta win. I gotta beat him. My whole family's counting on it. But then at the very end, he goes, and if he wins, God help us. Wait, Roman, you're scared? Who the fuck are you? So yeah, this back and forth shit just doesn't make sense to me. Nobody's been this scared of fucking Jacob Fatu. If I remember, Drew McIntyre and him went at it. So I'm not understanding this. I don't get it. Oh, the Bloodline 100% saved WWE. Don't get me wrong. I love the Bloodline storyline. The original Blood. I think it went too far. Yes, I do. But I love the original Bloodline storyline. I mean, I'm one of the biggest pops I have ever seen or heard in my life is Sami Zayn hitting Roman Reigns with that fucking chair. That was one. And again, Paul Heyman, the wise guy, made it 100% good. Roman Reigns, Jimmy made it good. Bringing in Sammy made it good. He's not feeling Uzi today. All of that was great. Solo, okay. Bloodline was great. But the Bloodline was great because of the build. It was not great because they just started making people seem like contenders who probably shouldn't be the meanest contender. We got to remember the Bloodline started with Roman coming back and main event Jey Uso fighting. And Jey only submitting because Roman was going to basically kill his fucking brother. We got to remember that's how it started. Then he started collecting the fucking Infinity Stones along the way. And then They had the tag team. So the bloodline was running everything because they had all the fucking belts. So it was a great storyline built over years. Yes, they did give them some opponents. Like they built up Logan Paul to be a credible contender, but Roman was never scared of him. Brock Lesnar already had that fucking fear when they fought him, and Paul Heyman made it seem even better. So I think the masterpiece of Paul Heyman, Roman, the Bloodline was absolutely original, was great. But I think WWE is doing the same thing that they've done multiple times, where they're beating a dead horse. So your TKO went back to the Bloodline storyline because they thought it would bring fans in, but they're rushing the storyline. We know Jacob Fatu is going to lose, and he's going to join the Bloodline. He's going to have to acknowledge Roman. We know this is going to happen, and he's going to be the crazed guy. And sooner or later, he's going to turn on Roman. We understand how this is going to happen. They're building Jacob Fatu very similar to the way they did Jay. They're just not doing it slowly. They're rushing it. So Roman wins. Roman 100% wins. I have no doubt that he wins. It's going to be a very, very horrible match, in my opinion. And Roman is 100% going to win this fight. Going to win this match. And then I just told you all what's going to happen. He's going to join him. Blah 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 blah. And that's how it's going to go down. So yeah. I just got a dumbass insurance thing. Okay, so yeah, that's the predictions for Clash of Italy. Gave it. It should be coming on in the next 2 hours, I think, because they're in Italy. So it'll be coming on, I think, at 11 or 11 my time on the West Coast. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. So make sure all of you guys do all the YouTube stuff. Follow, like, subscribe, share. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. That's the easiest way to get in touch with you. And then the next couple of weeks, I'm going to send out some requests on Twitter to see if we want to have some guest hosts jump on and talk about once the NBA finals come on and we go into the NBA draft. See if we can get some NBA people that want to guest host. If you guys know anybody or you're one of them, I want to jump on and talk some NBA with us in the next couple of weeks, go ahead and give us a shout out on Twitter, DM us. Easiest way to get in contact with us. But without further ado, put me in, coach.